Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Yohandita. I am from English Education 3A Morning Class, Muhammadiyah University of North Sumatra. Today, I would like to explain to you about a descriptive video about Ki Hajar Dewantara, the father of Indonesian education.
Raden Mas Suwardi Suryaningrat, also known as Ki Hajar Dewantara, was born on 2nd May 1889 in Yogyakarta. That's the reason on 2nd May we always celebrate the National Education Day in every year. Ki Hajar Dewantara is the father of Indonesian education. Born into a family of Javanese nobility, or Priyayi, he is the grandchild of the third Sri Lanka, named Suryaningrat, from his mother's side Raden Ayu Sandaya, who the descendant of Nyai Ageng, the descendant of Kalijaga. Ki Hajar Dewantara was able to receive education in the Dutch East Indies Primary School, or ELS, and Stovia Medical School for Natives. However, he would not finish Stovia due to an illness. Instead, he started working as a journalist, writing for several newspapers. During his day as journalist, Ki Hajar Dewantara started to become increasingly active in social and political movement that aimed to undermine Dutch authority in the archipelago. His articles, print media became imbued with anti-colonial sentiments. He has close ties with the Budi Utomo. Budi Utomo is the first native political institution in the Dutch Indies and which played a key role in Indonesian national awakening. On 13 July 1913, Ki Hajar Dewantara published an article in the Die Express newspaper titled "If I Were a Dutchman." This is the picture of the Express newspaper. This article included heavy criticism toward plan of the Dutch colonizer to collect levies from the native population to finance festivities related to the 100th celebration of Dutch independence from France. Dutch authorities didn't allow such criticism and captured Ki Hajar Dewantara together with his colleagues Ernest Doosdekker and Cipto Mangunkusumo, and they were exiled to the Netherlands. The exile was also the result of their activities in the Indische-Partij, one of the first political organizations pioneering Indonesian nationalism in the colonial regime. This picture is about Ki Hajar Dewantara and his wife. During his exile in Netherlands, Ki Hajar Dewantara to be accompanied by his wife Nyi Sutartina. During his exile in Netherlands, Ki Hajar Dewantara obtained an European teacher certificate and he became acquainted with the idea of Montessori and Froebel, Western education pioneers. A few years later, when he arrived back in the archipelago, he first established a school in Yogyakarta together with his brother. Later, in 3rd July 1922, Ki Hajar Dewantara founded the Taman Siswa School with his friend. Education in the archipelago was only open to the Dutch people and those natives that were part of the nobility, which included Ki Hajar Dewantara. Taman Siswa is a great place of great emphasis on nationalistic education on learner that they love national and fatherland and always remember about the fight to getting for freedom. Education in Taman Siswa always emphasizes on students to be independent of others and to remain firm in principle. As a result, the teaching of the Taman Siswa became the basis for Indonesian indigenous people to carry out the freedom struggle against Dutch colonialism. There was a motto of Taman Siswa which today being a motto of education. There are three main parts of education motto that use still right now. The first is Ing Ngarso Sung Tulodo, Ing Madio Mangun Karso, and Tut Uri Handayani. These three main parts of education motto means first, in front of to set an example, in the middle builds the spirit, and the behind gives a push. When the Japanese government formed the Pusat Tenaga Rakyat or PUTRA in 1943 with goals Japan's need troops from the people of Indonesia to fight the Allies. During the Japanese period 1942 until 1945, Sukarno, Muhammad Hatta, Ki Hajar Dewantara, and Kiai Haji Mas Mansur were appointed as leader of the People Power Center or Pusat Tenaga Rakyat, a Japanese-sponsored organization for all nationalist organizations on Java and Madura. After independence, Ki Hajar Dewantara was appointed as Minister of Education and Culture in the first cabinet of Sukarno from 19 August to 14 November 1945. In 1957, Ki Hajar Dewantara earned his doctorate honorary title from Gajah Mada University. Ki Hajar Dewantara has passed away on 28 April 1959 in Wijayabrata Park, Yogyakarta. But we never forget about Ki Hajar Dewantara. And now Ki Hajar Dewantara is our father of Indonesian education because all of his struggle for the education of the people in Indonesia. In remembrance of the service of Ki Hajar Dewantara, the successors of the Taman Siswa School built the Dewantara Kirti Griya Museum in Yogyakarta to preserve the values of Ki Hajar Dewantara's spirit struggle. Inside this museum are objects work of Ki Hajar as the founder of Taman Siswa and his instrument in national life. Ki Hajar Dewantara was appeared in Indonesian money as a picture of 20,000 rupiah that realized in 1998 until 2009. Because all of the struggle of Ki Hajar Dewantara, now we all the students can get the education. So right now we can reach our dream by get the education till the university. After we get a lot of knowledge from the education, now we can reach our dream and all of our ambition. If that we want to become a policeman, a teacher, a lecturer, and a doctor, everything is possible if we ever get the education. Everyone can be a teacher. Every house can be a school. Ki Hajar Dewantara. I think that's enough for all of my description video for today. Thanks for watching. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.